What you're about to hear is not another feel-good message about kindness or unconditional love. It's something deeper, something darker, but more honest. These are insights born from the lifetime work of Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, a man who spent decades exploring the human soul. If you've ever felt like your kindness is used against you, if you've ever wondered why the more you give, the less you seem to receive, if your goodness feels like a burden, this message is for you. Jung noticed a painful truth. Those who believe they are good people often suffer the most. But why? Because we've built an unrealistic image of what it means to be good. We imagine a person who is always available, never says no, forgives instantly, and constantly puts others first, even at their own expense. Society praises this kind of goodness, but Jung saw how dangerous it really is. Before continue, if your mind seeks healing, truth, and deeper understanding, subscribe to Mind Clinic, where every video is a step toward the soul. You see, when we confuse kindness with self-erasure, when we think love means abandoning ourselves, we become our own destroyers. This is where Jung's most radical idea comes in. The more we try to be perfectly good, the more powerful our shadow becomes. The shadow is the part of us we hide, suppress, and deny. It's our anger, our selfishness, our boundaries, our pain, the parts we believe make us bad. But repressing the shadow doesn't make it disappear. It makes it stronger. It turns into resentment, fatigue, and quiet rage. And it leaks out, passive-aggressively, manipulatively, sometimes destructively. Picture your kindness like a glowing light. Now imagine you're told to keep that light burning by cutting off everything else. Your truth, your limits, your desires. What happens? The light dims, the pressure builds, you become hollow. True kindness, Jung said, comes from wholeness, not from denying who we are, but from embracing every part of us, including the dark parts we fear. Have you ever heard a voice inside whispering, "Enough," but you silenced it because you thought a good person wouldn't think that way? Have you buried your anger, thinking it makes you unworthy? That's not growth. That's self-destruction. Jung wasn't encouraging cruelty. He was calling us to awaken from naive kindness to conscious compassion. Because conscious compassion comes from integration, not from being perfect, but from being whole. So what is the shadow, really? It's not just a metaphor. It's a real psychological force. It's the part of us that holds the thoughts and feelings we've been taught are unacceptable. Anger, desire, jealousy, the need to say no, the need to be seen. And for those who identify as the nice one, the helper, the giver, the shadow becomes terrifying. Their entire identity is wrapped around light, so they're afraid to look into their own darkness. But the cost of ignoring it is high. The more you deny your shadow, the more it shows up in unhealthy ways. Silent resentment toward those who never return the favor, anger disguised as politeness, exhaustion masked as generosity, loneliness hidden behind a smile. And the tragic part? The more good you try to be, the more your shadow controls you. Jung taught that the shadow is not your enemy. It's your unclaimed power. It's your fire. It's your ability to protect yourself, say no, and live with integrity. Let's imagine someone who was raised to always be good. Maybe they were the peacemaker in the family. Maybe they learned that love must be earned by self-sacrifice, that anger is bad, that their needs don't matter. That person grows up to be excessively kind. They give endlessly, but feel invisible. They're there for everyone. But when they need help, there's no one. It's not just emotional exhaustion, it's soul fatigue. They don't live their own life. They live to serve others. And slowly, without even realizing it, they vanish. This is not kindness. This is fear disguised as virtue. Fear of conflict, fear of rejection, fear of being unlovable. But here's the truth. Authentic kindness is not the absence of anger. It's the ability to feel anger and still choose compassion. It's not endless giving. It's conscious, intentional generosity rooted in self-respect. It's not losing yourself in others. It's giving from yourself, not away from yourself. What happens when you begin to integrate your shadow? At first, it feels like betrayal. You may feel guilty for setting boundaries. You may disappoint people who've grown used to your constant availability. You may even feel like you're being selfish. But in reality, you're rewriting an invisible contract. I will be everything you need becomes I will be real even if it disappoints you. You learn that your time, energy, and love are sacred, that your no can be just as holy as your yes, that your worth isn't based on what you do for others, but on the simple fact that you exist. This transformation doesn't make you less kind. It makes your kindness stronger, wiser, and more real. Kindness that comes from wholeness has discernment. It knows when to help and when to step back. It knows when to speak and when to stay silent. It gives without losing itself. It protects both the giver and the receiver. You stop being a candle burning yourself out. You become a lighthouse, radiating strength, guiding others without depletion. You're not kind because you're afraid to be anything else. You're kind because you've chosen to be, from a place of inner strength. This is what Jung called the alchemy of transformation, the fusion of your light and shadow, the marriage of strength and compassion, the end of people-pleasing, the beginning of authenticity. When you walk this path, you stop fearing your darkness, and you stop fearing the darkness in others. You recognize it, you respect it, and you let it teach you. Real kindness does not make you small. It does not drain you. It does not leave you empty. Real kindness empowers you. It fills you, and it brings you back to life. So here is Carl Jung's dark but honest advice for good people. If you want to be truly good, you must become truly whole. And that journey begins by facing the shadow you've spent your life running from.